It's James here from goodguitarist.com, and today I'm going to show you an easy way to play the F sharp minor chord. And I'm not just going to show you how to play it, I want to show you how you can use it in songs right away as part of a chord progression. Because it's one thing to memorize the shape, but it's a totally different thing to be able to use it in a song. So we're going to go through that process to help you internalize this chord shape. And I'm going to assume that you're already comfortable with some of the basic shapes. But if you'd like a bit of help with them, or just the fundamentals of guitar in general, I have a free ebook, it's completely free, that goes over all of the basics of chords, strumming, putting it all together. There's a link in the corner. I'll also put a link down below in the description. And I also have a worksheet for this lesson available on my Patreon page. And it's just a step-by-step guide through all the things that we're going to be covering here today. Anyways, we're going to get started with the shape itself. So one of the key things with this one is that it contains the A shape within it. If I took off my index finger, this is like the A chord. And then I'm just adding my index to the thickest string at the second fret. So we're all on the second fret here. The thing is, we're playing the A chord with these three fingers instead. So that's the best way to approach this one, is we just make our A shape, middle finger on the second fret of the D string, ring finger underneath it, pinky underneath it, squeeze them in the best you can. It's tough whenever we're stacking our fingers on the same fret. Then we get our index finger on the thickest string at the second fret. And from thickest to thinnest, two, mute, two, 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 mute. And if those strings aren't muted, it doesn't matter because those notes are actually, they sound fine within this chord shape. So whether you mute them or not doesn't really change how the chord sounds. Anyways, take some time with that, and then we can just do some basic strumming. Just you could do a strumming pattern that you're comfortable with, or you could just go down up like I'm doing. We test the strings, strum a little bit, and that's the shape. But really, we need to incorporate this thing into a progression. Here's the progression that I've chosen, and this is literally the most common chord progression ever in the key of A. I have a separate video on it where we play it in the key of G. This is in the key of A, and it's super useful for songs like Stand By Me. Country Roads is technically in this key, even though everybody plays it with G. It really has a capo at the second fret, I think. Anyways, we have that F sharp minor chord, and you can see it's after the E shape and before the D shape. So those are the two switches that we need to make. E to F sharp minor, and then F sharp minor to D. So we want to isolate those switches. We have our E chord, and then we go to F sharp minor. And I like to do that in two steps. I place my A chord, and then I place my index finger. So I have E, and I go A, index. And you just do that silently to build up the muscle memory. And then you could even strum them going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, just back and forth. And then we do the same thing for F sharp minor to D. So we have F sharp minor, and we work our way into the D shape. And then we strum each one 4 times. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And once you're feeling pretty good about those individual switches, we can try our entire chord progression. Starting off on A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, F sharp minor, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, again. And now that we've gone through that process with this chord progression, we would do it with the song of your choice. Because odds are you found a song that has F sharp minor in it, and then you looked up this video, and that's why we're here right now. So you just look at what chord comes before F sharp minor in the song that you want to learn, and you practice that switch. And then you look at the one that comes after F sharp minor, and it might not be something that happens right away. Maybe you write it down in your, I like to keep a practice journal, all the stuff that I'm working on. So you would just put D to F sharp minor and, F sharp minor to A, or whatever it is. And then you just practice that for like the next week or two, however long it takes. And then you'd be able to play that song. And if you want a recommendation for a song that uses it, Stand By Me. That's an absolute classic, and it has the F sharp minor chord. A little bit of a different chord progression, but really similar to what we did here. Either way, that's an easy way to play a full sounding F sharp minor chord. And if you need help going through this all, I have that worksheet on my Patreon page that outlines the process, all the steps that we took. And that's how your practice routine is going to look. You go through it systematically, and that's how you get something like this into your chord vocabulary. I also have my free ebook. If you haven't gotten your copy yet, there's a link down below for that and in the corner. And that goes over all the fundamentals, and it'll help you build a solid foundation. Either way, have a fun time practicing, and I'll see you soon.